Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. Today's reading is about the truth about a situation that is on your mind right now. Okay, pile number one, we have Capricorn, Taurus, Cancer, and Libra. Your card is the Changing Woman with the keyword cycles. For pile number two, we have Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, and Aries. And your card is Uranome. The keyword is ecstasy. For pile number three, we have Scorpio, Leo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Your card is the Corn Woman with the keyword nourishment. Okay, I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile with the card, the zodiac sign, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number one, your card is Changing Woman, and the keyword is cycles. And this is Essanatlehi, and she is also called the renewing one. So the one that always renews. And I feel like whatever is going on is changing. So the situation that you have in mind is going to change or is constantly changing. So let's see how this is affecting pile number one. And what is the truth of this situation? Okay, I think we have two of these. Let's see. Seems to be a very powerful situation. So what is the truth about pile number one's situation? I was thinking of Kali because of the change and of time. And whenever I see the Changing Woman, I always also think of time and how cyclical the seasons are, the moon cycles. And Kali is also a very powerful entity to study those aspects of the human condition. Okay, so something is clearly changing, possibly like irrevocable change. And Artemis. Artemis is also the goddess that is on every one of these cards. So there's something fundamental here that's changing. We have the black moon in water, dormant stage with isolation. This is the new moon phase. And we have Ampher, the ninth moon mansion. Okay. So it's interesting that we have kind of paradoxical energies here. So isolation is about you worrying about yourself or being more centered around your own experience, centered in your own experience. And Ampher is the opposite. So it would be about serving others, about presenting something to others. And also Kali and Artemis also have a bit of a duality. So they're not opposites, but they have different approaches. And Kali is more about drastic change or taking drastic measures to change a situation. And Artemis is more about control, self-control, and control of the situation, having a very measured reaction and approach to whatever is going on. So the truth about the situation might be always changing, so you might need to constantly adapt, but there might be a specific truth that's only going to emerge from the contrast, from this contrast. So maybe there's a balance to be attained. Let's see, what is the correct path? What is the truth about your situation at the moment? We have Moon in Scorpio with power. Okay, let's see if we have space for the rest of the cards. Jupiter in Pisces with seduction. Mars in Libra with choice. And Saturn in Sagittarius with fulfillment. Now I'm seeing a different perspective here. And that is that your power is better expressed by allowing others into your life and allowing other energies to interact with your own, to be more accepting. I wouldn't say, no, that's not the right word. It's not accepting. You don't need to accept everything about other people and their opinions to allow things to unfold that are out of your control. So, less intervention might also mean more of yourself for others. And I feel like there's something there. There's something to be gained by. It's not that you'll allow people to do whatever they want with your time or with your love, with your space. But it's more like the negotiation that occurs in relationships. I don't know what is this transition. I'm trying to describe it more accurately. Maybe with the tarot it will help. It's like there's this transition between your inner world and the outer. And this moment, it's the contrast that I think it's there. That's the truth about something. It's there that emerge. Oh, okay. So that's how I'm seeing this. It's like you want to be filled with a purpose that animates your life and that also helps you inspire others to move with you or to be a part of your energy somehow. But what happens sometimes is that I think I'm talking to people who are very drained and maybe try to isolate themselves to kind of recuperate and rejuvenate from social interactions because they might be a little bit draining. And I'm saying this because you have the isolation in Kali, and it feels like a very strict enforcement of boundaries, and which is healthy, And it I think it served you up until this point, and now you need to not give up on those boundaries, but maybe allow those boundaries to be a little bit more translucent. So it's not like people stop seeing you, like you disappear, when you want to be alone. Maybe they still see you and it's like you're still there, but you need to have that bubble working for you while you are present. So hmm So I do feel like the truth about a situation that worries you is about how you establish the boundaries in this relationship or in your life, like specifically how you enforce your boundaries, naturally enforce your boundaries, how you think about your own private space, your mental health, your sanity, let's say, and your also your bodily health, your vitality, how you use your energy, and also the dynamics that you want to achieve. Because I feel like you want your power to irradiate, to expand something. Because I also feel like you want to achieve something here. You want to, maybe it's even something material, like it's a business, and you need to be more of a representative of that business. Maybe you are an entrepreneur, or maybe you need to talk to a lot of people and you're kind of shy, or you think it's very draining and you think you won't achieve as much because maybe you're more of an introvert, or maybe it seems like an unsurmountable mission, something like a mission impossible to express yourself easily and spontaneously and fully in public, or with people who you don't know very well, or you feel like even people that you know very well, but you feel like you have to be constantly on the lookout and on the defensive. There's something kind of knee-jerk reaction here, like closing yourself off from something because it's too intrusive. So, okay, we have the Two of Staves. This seems to be about choice, having the time to choose. Eight of Cups, choosing a different emotional state. Freya with power, and this is the Emperor. So it does also seem to be like asserting your power, um, asserting boundaries, but in a different way. So there's something here about you changing how you draw your boundaries. And it seems like it's something so small, but it makes all the difference. It really goes to the crux of the matter. So this can be a relationship, but I feel like it's something deeper. It's even like you dealing with something that you fear, because you have Kali. So I feel like this is something that induces a lot of fear, and that it triggers a lot of emotions. It triggers a lot of even rage, even like uncontrollable emotions. And it seems like it's something that's on the boundary, like on the outskirts of something. That's how I'm seeing. It's something that I'm visualizing. Okay. Okay, so what else do we have? Three of Cups. And Tara with beginnings, and this is the Fool card. So yeah, it does seem like it's like a reset. Something that resets your relationships. You might also need some time for it to change. So I'm not sure if this is something that you will be able to immediately change. But it seems like it's going to be a reset. Okay, let's see. What is this about? Oppression. The Wawalak. This is the Tower. 9 of Swords. Look at that. And 3 of Swords. So, wow. So when I was saying that it was something that was really bringing up a lot of emotions, like stored emotions, it seems like there's a... So I'm sure this is not for everyone. So if you're the one who experienced like panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and I hope that I'm not like triggering anything, because this is about you getting better and getting better at soothing your nervous system, getting better at looking at what's around you, looking around you for points of reference and for calmness, for peace. Okay? So I understand, I feel like I understand, okay, what you're going through. And if this is your case, I'm here to tell you that I'm very sure that you're not alone and that you will overcome this, because there is a complete reset, okay? And 3 of Cups is a lot about authenticity, authentic connection and love. So I feel like that's really, really important. And also that's something that can start in your life, that you can do it to yourself also. Like you can restore the love in yourself and also restore something about it's like a hurting, something that's hurting how you see yourself. Something hurts there, and you need to be truthful about it. You need to be more transparent, more. That's why I was talking about transparency. So it's not that you're vulnerable and that you can be like destroyed, or if people see certain aspects of you that they will use them against you or something like that. It's all about your personal power and you establishing yourself in life in general, and fighting the things that erode that personal power, fighting those things that promote any sort of dishonesty or any sort of need to escape or be alone. Because I feel like you are going into a new era in your life where you need to be together, like you need to be united, and you need to be more social, maybe. And that's achieved by you letting go of some trauma, okay? Something that's still hurting. It feels like it's something that hurts like it was today. So if you can find out what it was, there are a lot of techniques to do that, and I'm sure you can find, if you want and if you need, I'm sure you will be finding in your path someone who can also help you, because I do feel like expert help is amazing. It can work wonders and it can make us feel supported and understood. And it's something that I deeply connect with. So I love like EMDR, so eye movement desensitization reprogramming. I believe that I said it right, but if not, try to search for it. And also brain spotting techniques. There are a lot of other techniques like tapping, somatic therapy, whatever works for you, whatever you can find. These are just like ideas that might be good suggestions for those of you who haven't heard of them before. I really love those techniques, but whatever works for you, I think that you need to take care of this, because this is the truth about your situation. So something is hurting you, and it is about some sort of untreated trauma. And it's a specific memory that hurts like it was today. It's something that you might turn your back to because it's hard. And maybe all the periods of isolation and the moments that you need for yourself might be mostly driven by the need to heal from this. So, of course, that, you know, things happen in life and there are inconveniences and challenges, and some of you might be going through very, very hard things already at the moment. So you might not be in the right, let's say, this is not the right situation, the right moment to address everything all at once. So that's also why experts do it very well. If they're, if you like them and if you connect with the therapist, they can tell you like, okay, now we can address it. Okay, now this is too much. It's overkill. So don't, just take it easy, be kind to yourself, and let's try it another time. So that process is very difficult because sometimes we get impatient and we want to just go for it. That's why I was also saying that being impatient and being like, I want to do this, I just want to get rid of this, I don't think that's the way. But I also feel like you having more time and space for others is going to help immensely. It's like the solution is in others, although it's also in yourself. So there's something there. So maybe also this memory is about a relationship that was very meaningful, someone who said something that was very hurtful or did something that was very hurtful. It can even be like a group. So maybe I'm seeing something like bullying in school, like a group of kids, and kids are very cruel, and this is nothing new. This is something that always happens because children sometimes really need to be mediated, right? There's this all this power and all this energy, and it's difficult when some of us might be in a very sensitive place and vulnerable place, and then we have to deal with all that energy and maybe even aggression. And so this is, yeah, I'm even feeling like a relief. So I feel like maybe you also need to speak about it with someone you trust, friend or therapist. So it relieves a lot of the pressure if you just let it out and you talk to someone who is understanding. what you're going through. Okay, so I've said a lot already. Let's see what else we have. Six of Cups. Beautiful. Eight of Staves. Eight of Wands. We have these two. Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Interesting. That's interesting because it feels like this advice is actually kind of giving me like two options or two things that you might consider doing if you think it's a good idea. It feels like going down memory lane and writing something about your past, like something about a memory, whatever comes up, like automatic writing, might be, it might accelerate the process. So if it's okay, if it feels right, and if you're balanced enough to do that by yourself, it would be a nice preparation so that when you have the opportunity to speak about it with someone who is knowledgeable and who understands what you're going through, I think it will help you a lot. It will give you some sort of like a hint or like a clue of the direction that you might take, that you should take for yourself. It kind of grounds you in your, it grounds you in your experience, in your memory, and it also creates something palpable that's more recent, because it feels like this is kind of stale and in the past somehow, like lost in the past, or lost in the in your memory library, and it's kind of just hovering there. It's like the dust, or it's not something that is yet very defined. It's just feeling. It feels like it's just feeling. It's not something that you can explain very well yet. And maybe you even know, like, okay, I feel like you're talking about this situation, specific situation. There's something there that's still up in the air, that's still not understood, that needs to be understood. And I feel like that's why you have the King of Swords here. So I feel like you need to see something written, or to have like a more, I would say, a more scientific or at least methodical approach, to have some sort of step-by-step constructive effort, okay? Like a guide, a sort of a guide. Like, okay, this is a process that I will go through. I want to go through this process. I want to, it's almost like rehabilitation. Like, I want to rehabilitate this. I want to commit. It's also a commitment. And ultimately, this is a commitment with the creation of your new life. So it's like you commit to create your new self. And you know you have to go through these steps, like a metamorphosis, and it takes its time. So I don't think that this is a sudden change, but it is a very drastic and irrevocable change. That's what I'm seeing. It's something that when you change this about yourself, you're never going to go back. So it's not relapsing. It's not making its appearance like forever. So although we have the cycles, I feel like you'll just go like spiral. It's not a wheel, it's more of a spiral. So If you're going upwards, you're ascending into a new dimension of the same circle. You're never going to live the same thing again. And this is also Kali, okay, time and the destruction of time. And this is no longer with me. This is no longer what I want. And maybe this is also why the fears are being triggered, why this anxiety is triggered, is because this is no longer what you want in your life. And so it's your heart is telling you not to feed that anymore. You don't need that. But sometimes we hold on to things because they're just a part of who we are. That's what we assume. And that's why we have this incredible ability to rebuild ourselves, to transform ourselves. That's, I feel like, one of the most beautiful things that a human being can achieve is the psychological transformation that creates our self, our true self. And this is about true self. This is about a new person emerging that is more honest and more direct, much more in tune with your heart's desire, with your feelings, with the things that you hold dear, with what is important also. So your priorities. Because you want other people to see that. You want them to join you in something. You want them to see how fulfilled they can feel if they share some things with you. And I don't know what this is. It feels like it's something more related to your work or to maybe your family projects. Something there that you want to create this cohesive, connected network, because there's also this part of serving others, of being there for others, but also of connecting others around you, and of using your personal power to create connection, to create sharing, to create this exchange of love and energy. It's beautiful, very inspiring. Thank you so much for this, and I hope you also enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, your card is Eurinomi. I think that I'm pronouncing it right. I hope so. So this goddess was a Titan. So she comes from pre-Hellenic Greece, and she is accompanied by a snake, and that snake would be created by the winds that she would generate by dancing. So this keyword ecstasy, it can mean so many things. So the truth about your current situation, the truth about something that is on your mind. Once again, we have 2 goddess cards. Okay, let's see why. So, what is the truth about pile number 2 situation? We have Ishtar and Hecate. Okay. We have 2 paths, 19th moon mansion. Okay, and we have the waxing gibbous moon, increasing in earth with the flower bud stage, and the keyword is ambition. Okay, so what is the truth? Well, okay. What is the truth about your situation? Mercury in Pisces with inspiration. Venus in Scorpio with secrets. Mercury in Taurus with resistance. Moon in Scorpio with power. And Mars in Gemini with decision. Okay. Ishtar is also holding a snake. But we'll get into it. I think that I need some more information before I can dive into the reading. We have the Three of Cups, the Hanged Man, Eight of Swords, Okay, right away we have Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So it feels to me like the truth about your situation is that you need to make a decision, and that you should be truthful to yourself first, of course, and truthful to the situation regarding what you really want from it and also what you really want for yourself. So what is your ambition, what you really want, what you really desire, what moves you to dance like Urinomi? I'm so sorry, I'm battling with this pronunciation. So it feels like there's a release, okay? There's a choice that might need to be made. You might be separating from someone or from a situation that I think you need to something you've outgrown something, but you've also realized that maybe the things that you were looking for in that situation weren't really going according to what you thought, that maybe you had other ambitions, but they're not yet fully formed, or it's like not yet, that's not the right place, or this is not the right time. So you might need to make a choice about your path. Like, I have to take this to a different direction. I have to move on from this. And maybe one day you will come back to this. Maybe one day you will revisit, or you will try again, but I don't feel like it's going anywhere yet. So you need to move forward. You need movement. The truth about your situation is that you need to move. You need to change. You need to see other things. And this isn't really moving. It feels like it's too stuck for you. Eight of Cups. Moving on. Ace of Cups. Something new. You need something new. It's just a very simple message and very clear. Death. So yeah, transformation of what is around you, of what maybe you're still not sure. Like this reading might come as a confirmation if it fits your situation, so that you're you think your intuition might not be right. Like, I feel like this isn't moving, but maybe I should stay a little longer. Maybe I should see it in another way. Maybe it's me. Maybe, all these maybes, and it seems like it's a bit stalled. So if it does feel like that, to me, according to what I see here, it's just this really clear advice to move on, to move forward, and also for movement itself. Also, specifically about movement, I would say that moving your body is also incredibly helpful. It seems like it's also a part of your, maybe it's a part of your profession, or it's a part of your life somehow, or it's just this really important part of your life. Sorry, there's this, it's important for you to move right now in your life. So maybe it's something related to health, and of course this is not health advice, but I see it as kind of an intuitive need of your body to move, to release, to relax, to have fun, to express yourself, but also for just for your body to move, to feel the oxygen, and to feel the blood in your muscles, and get those juices going, and get those and get the release that's needed from that. There's something about that. So for some of you, this might be interesting. But if it is more psychological, or if it is about a situation, it feels like you need to move on from this, to move away from it, to move on from it, and or to just have some distance now, because maybe you're too involved, and then you can get back when you're ready. See things differently, specifically distant. It's not like just changing your perspective, like the hanged man is seeing things upside down. It's distance also. That's what I'm feeling. It's like it's better if you can put a little distance between you and the situation, so that you can see it better. Move. Change the scenery. I feel like you also change the situation itself if you move away from it. There's something about it just flowing without your presence and involvement. I also see that the truth about this situation might emerge because you move away from this. There's also that. And it's like something that's independent of you. Okay. Two of Swords. Ace of Swords. Wow, there's no focus. Okay. Ace of Swords. Let me just check the focus. Okay. Ace of Swords. The Magician. Wow. So there's something here about you regaining your power by moving away. Also, regaining the ability to create and to do things your own way. Sorry. So, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords. It does seem like the truth will emerge because of your distance. You moving away from this is going to reveal something about what happened, or about that person or the situation. If it's very complicated, about all the people, some sort of truth, some sort of fact that is emerging. So there's secrets, and then you also have this Two of Swords here, and it feels like how this started, whatever it is, how this started was not completely truthful. So the way it started, the way the situation emerged in your life, had something in it that wasn't completely honest or transparent. Maybe it's a person who wasn't completely honest, or it's just that this information wasn't revealed right from the beginning as a way to clear the air and as a way to purify this connection, or the connection to you specifically. So it's almost like someone wants something from you. This is just an example. Someone wants something from you, and they say, okay, so I need you to do, let me just get an example. So I imagine that I want you to sign a document, and I tell you, like, okay, so I have this piece of paper here, and I want you to sign this drawing. You see the drawing, and so sign this drawing. It's just a drawing, and then you end up signing like a contract. It's something like that. This is a very cartoonish example, but it's something like you didn't fully understand, or you weren't fully aware of the implications of what you were getting yourself into, or there was this one key piece of information that was hidden from you. You have secrets. And so I don't know if you see it. Yeah. Okay. Secrets. So I feel like someone was using this for their advantage, for their own advantage. And you were being kept from your true power. So now it seems like you need movement to understand what happened. And this might also be connected to something in your body. For instance, like, imagine that you have a specific ailment or something that bothers you, like a health challenge or a health objective, and you feel like you're stuck in something, like you can't really figure out why, how is the best approach to this, and what is the best solution. And it feels like moving and also gaining distance from something, maybe getting another opinion or getting another point of view, moving to another place. Maybe if you're like, you have someone who is giving you advice and they're connected to a specific institution, maybe you need other feedback, other ideas. There's something about moving and just going with the flow of your intuition and of your letting your intuition guide you. Two of Swords is also about that, like faith. Okay, like jumping with faith into something different. Knight of Wands and Ten of Wands to me is just like, just move. There's nothing else to do here. You can't really change the situation. Has arrived at its furthermost point. Okay, so there's nothing else you can do here, so just move. Just move. You'll get other information. You'll get other points of view, other opinions. You will also see different landscapes. You'll have different stimuli. Move your body. Understand that things will go on without you, and something maybe even magical happens when you are more distant. So it feels like it's something detached from you that needs some kind of resolution. And you need to move away from it to see how it was limiting you, or what you can do with it in the future, because it might still be connected with what you want to do with your ambition, but maybe it's different. Maybe you'll fit this piece in your life, but in a different way. And you're not seeing it now because you're still there. So you need to move. And this is also about being more in the present. Hecate is also about that, being in the present. And Eurynome is about that dance of the moment. And it's very powerful. She was a Titan. So it's something that is, I feel like it's very primal. That's why I'm also talking about the body, because it's the primal aspect of the feeling of movement that's also very important here. So if you also have trouble with something psychological, moving the body can also help unleash and unblock all this, like get that energy flowing, and help you with the state of mind and with your emotional state also. Okay, thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is Nourishment, and it's represented by the Corn Woman. So this can mean a lot of things, but I do feel like it can be both physical and emotional. It can also be about where the physical interacts or interferes with the emotional. And the reverse can also be true. But let's see. Let's see. What is the truth about your situation? What is the truth about pile number 3's situation, or what is on their mind? Okay. We have Gaia. Interesting. And Gaia was a Greek goddess. I believe she was a Titan. And she represents the earth. So there's something about the physical aspect of your life, your body, or something material. We have the Emperor. It also came out in pile number 2, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So 9th moon mention, the Emperor again. And okay, so we have the waxing gibbous moon increasing in fire, flower bud stage, and the keyword is individuality. I think this is something about your body. Okay. Let's see. The truth about your current situation or something that's on your mind. We have the moon in Aries with protection. Mercury in Virgo with caution. Mars in Gemini with decision. Mars in Aries with impulsiveness. Saturn in Aries with risk. There's a lot of Aries here. And with individuality, Aries is really about yourself, right? The first house in the astrological map, the first astrological house, the first zodiac sign. It's something about you. So it's something about your body, your individuality. The only card that we have here that's related to others, or with giving yourself to others, or how you can help others or serve others, is the Emperor. But even that, it's different here, because the Emperor is also the container. It's what we see that's outside, right? And inside is the self. That's the metaphor that I'm seeing. So inside is the content, it's who you are, it's yourself, but there's something containing it, and that's the Emperor. That's also how we store value, how we store food, how we store what is valuable to us, and also how we preserve it to give it to others, for instance. I think there's something here about you preserving your health and preserving your body. And this is not health advice, of course, it will never be. But I feel like there's kind of a spiritual focus on that. There's also an emotional charge there. There's something about how, maybe it's also something about your appearance, but not necessarily. It's just something that is bodily or related to the body. How you use your body to express yourself, maybe. But also what you feed it. Nourishment is also a lot about how what you choose from nature, which is Gaia here, what you choose to put in your body, and how does it build your cells, and your everything on our body is made of what we eat. So the information that's stored in what we eat, it ends up constituting our body. And our body is also what allows us to feel life, to feel the vitality, to feel the energy, and to feel the emotions, to process the information. Okay. So these two cards come together. Wow. Once again, we have the food, serving food. This is sharing. This is the Queen of Wands. And then we have silence. I believe this is the Star. Let me just confirm that. I always forget. Yes, that's the Star card. Consciousness. This is the Chariot and the Lovers. So we have 3 major arcana here. So also decision. Okay, I'm getting a story here, but let's see. Moment to moment, 2 of Pentacles, and rebirth with the 10 of Swords. So it feels to me like you're having a kind of a defiant stance in relation to something. Maybe you might need to stand up for something, to defend something that you believe in. And there's also something here about you taking care of your body. Meanwhile, I don't know why these two are connected. Maybe it's a part of your mission to carry this knowledge, because I feel like there's some sort of healing in the body that's happening, or that needs to happen, and that the body needs protection from something. And it's like you use the amphor to protect something from harm, to contain that precious thing inside. And that might be the individuality, that might be yourself, that needs some sort of protection because it's going to change, or something is going to change. I think maybe you're going to risk something, you're going to try something different. The source. This is the Ace of Wands. Yes, I think there's an idea. Excuse me. So you might have had an idea, and maybe now it's time for you to experiment with it. But while you're at it, there's something else that you need to protect from harm. I don't think it's the idea itself. Because your individuality is experimenting, but it's something else. And then you need to also take care of your body, take care of what you eat, take care of the nourishment, take care of your creations also. It's like there's this analogy between taking care of your creations and taking care of your body. But the thing is, your creation is being, I think, influenced by an idea that you had, or that you're going to have very soon. Like I feel like it's a sudden burst of inspiration, and it's something that motivates you to do something maybe impulsive or risky, like trying something that's a bit out of character. Seven of Cups with projections. Eight of Wands with travel. Okay, so it feels to me like maybe this experimentation is what's going to reveal the truth to you. So it feels like the truth is in experimenting, like different pieces or different things before you commit, before you make a decision, like a final decision, or before you take off, or before you change completely, or before it is apparent to others, before the package changes. There's some experimentation before it's seen, before it's visible. Because you also have protection and caution in the amphor containing. And then you have impulsiveness and risk, like, okay, now I want to experiment with this. But it seems like at first might be something a little bit spontaneous, a little bit playful, but then it gets really serious and like a whole life transformation. It's okay. Maturity with the Ace of Pentacles. Two aces here. Four of Wands. Participation. Wow, the Master. I feel like you're starting something new, a new chapter in which you are a master or you have mastered something. So I'm not seeing yet what is the truth specifically. I just see the story. I'll get into it. The story is about something you're transforming in your life. And there are two important things that you need to consider that I see here very clearly, which is taking care of yourself, like taking care of your body, being kind to yourself, like self-mothering, doing a little bit of, mothering yourself. And also using that same energy, but in a different way, like to cradle new ideas, to let like the kids experiment. So it's like you create something new from that. You understand something about yourself, or you understand something about the processes that will lead you to this mastery. It's like being a teacher or being a leader, being the leader in an organization, leading a team, because you have maturity also. So it's like a coming of age or leveling up, and you're inspired to do it by something. So let's see more about this truth that you need to know about. I think there's a lot here. Let's see. Beyond illusion, judgment, Six of Pentacles, compromise, and consciousness. The Ace of, we have three aces. Ace of Swords. Okay, so the truth about this situation can be, I see two options here. So either you're learning something about someone who you are partnering with to achieve an objective. That is quite revealing, and that will change your mind about what you're doing and will put you in a position of leadership. And I feel like you have to take care of the situation, so you have to lead the situation, but you're leading it from a place of detachment. There's some sort of detachment here. It can be good if it is coming from a place of like accepting transformation and not dissociating or something. If it's just this transformation, like this is a new chapter in my life, and this chapter requires me to embrace this and this and this characteristic in this person, or this this is the reality. Okay, I feel like there's a revelation about the reality of that person or of that relationship dynamic. And the other option is that the truth about your situation is that you need a specific partnership to achieve your objectives. And maybe you were thinking about more like being more individuality, being more on your own, or just doing things according to your own rules and not really wanting to partner, to establish any partnership with anyone. And it might, in the moment, it might seem like you're taking a risk, in both of the situations. So if you don't want to do any partnerships, you might feel like it's risky to do a partnership, to embark on that journey with someone. And for some of you, it's a different perspective of this. It might be that you are now seeing that it's risky to do it alone, that you need the partnership, and that's the truth. That might be the truth that applies to your situation. Because it will, for some of you, it will also help you achieve better balance, because you have more nourishment, also emotional, okay? So it's not only physical, that's here and that's important, like taking care of what you eat, how you preserve, how you take care of your body, how you receive nourishment, also the moments when we take in food, how are we feeling, what are we nourishing ourselves with, like if you're watching TV or if you're watching something that is anxiety inducing or that's taking you out of the experience of nourishment, maybe it's good to reconsider all that you are taking in your being. So also consuming like information, social media, any kind of input. So there seems to be this discovery, journey of self-discovery that is related to you accepting or not a partnership, or to consider that partnership essential for your evolution, or thinking that it's too risky and that you need to do everything on your own. So I'm really not sure. I think that this is like a moment of decision. So it doesn't really matter if I keep exploring this, I feel like I'm going to get the same answer. Is that for some of you, you're in that moment, and for others, you're in this other moment. So partnership or not non-partnership, or just being on your own, that's your decision. Needs to consider your health and how you nourish yourself, what's the best way for you to nourish yourself at this moment, spiritually, emotionally, physically, with food. What helps you protect what matters to you? Is it a relationship, a partnership, or is it being more on your own? It's going to depend. There's a lot of decisions and choices here, so there's a lot of free will. What needs to happen, and what's your path is very clear here, is the experimentation, the discovery of your authority, of your own mastery, and how that will help you commit to a situation in which you are a leader, in which you are the most mature person, or when you are guiding others, okay, with a clear mind, with a clear mindset, and it is a transformation. That's how I'm feeling. That's the transformation that I think is for everyone. But how? If it is more on your own, or if it isn't with a partnership, that will depend. And maybe that can change with time too. But I feel like you have to juggle with this for a while, with this decision. And in that decision, whenever you decide, it's where the truth will be revealed about yourself, about the other person, about what you are going to do, your position in life, how you're going to create your new chapter. Everything will be defined by this decision. Okay. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.